What up, family? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Father to Father podcast, where we take deep dives into fatherhood through meaningful conversation. Me and my papa are your hosts. Each episode, we'll get into the role men play as fathers. Whether you're a single dad, co-parenting, or going through the court system, you're in the right place to get new perspectives and stories. So join us on this journey, and let's discuss what makes fatherhood so rewarding. We are rolling. Welcome back. Another episode of Father to Father. Monty, and this is my father here.
This is Greg.
We back to do it again. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. What we got for us today, Pops?
Okay, we're looking at single fathers as parents.
Okay.
And there are 4 areas we want to touch on, but we're only going to cover 2 this day.
Okay.
Okay, we're looking at always listen, working balance, doing activities together, and take care of yourself. But today we're going to focus on always listen and working balance.
Okay.
Okay. To start off with, we're going to say that society or many people believe men are incapable of parenting on their own.
Yeah.
Now, women are presumed to be the primary caregiver. And I kind of agree with that because they got 9 months.
Yeah, it's different. That's we don't want to take that away from them. It's like that's something that we'll never have.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like you said, that 9 months, and then them birthing them. Like it's just a connection with mother and child that men don't
We'll never get that.
Yeah, you'll never get that.
They already have 9 months with the child before we even see them.
Learning and developing. Yep, they know each other.
So I agree with the mother being the primary caregiver. And there's no denying being a single parent is difficult.
Yeah.
There are always a few tips. Well, I have a few tips and suggestions for single fathers parenting their children. And as I said, I had 4 items I want to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with always listening and working balance.
Yeah, I want to start with listen though. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to since we're jumping into it, I want to start at that always listen.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear what you have to say about that because, like I said, I wrote down a few things myself that I thought was key to that as well.
Okay. When you're listening or always listen, you show what? That you value what they have to say. Talking about the child. You value what the child has to say. This will boost their confidence, trust, and help form a strong bond with you and your child. You have a strong bond. That give them confidence if you're listening to them. And listening to them, engage in conversation and give them time to express themselves and find their own voice. Everybody is different. They need their own identity.
Yep.
So let them get their voice at their own speed, but listen to what they have to say. And by them getting their own voice, we'll find out later this will be critical for them in their later lives as they mature older and older. They have a voice now, an identity.
And I'm glad you said that because I wrote that down without us even having to share notes and this is what we want to say. I wrote teaching kids by example, and it's important. Children learn how to listen by watching how adults interact with each other. They're learning from you. So if you want to cultivate good listeners, you have to set that example by when you interact with them. You have to show them good listening skills and not just listening to react, listening to get understanding. Like that's very important. Like I said, we didn't even have to compare notes. I wrote that same thing down. I wrote that same thing down.
Yeah. So always listen. Children, like you saying, they see us. They may not say anything, but they are very aware of everything that's going on around.
Little sponges, man. They soaking it all up.
Right. And you don't want your child listening to everyone.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, no,
you're not listening
yeah,
to
yeah.
someone else will
Yep,
grab
somebody.
the ear.
Yep, somebody else will. We said that. Yep, it won't be the influence you want, but
Absolutely.
somebody else will have that attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's how it is. Like I said, without even having to compare notes, we got to the same thing.
Same page as that.
Yep.
We want to move on to this next one. This will probably involve more or less the parent, working balance. And we all, as a father, you have responsibilities and duties as a job, and they can take over your life, you know, by working.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to find the right work life or balance. See, that's complex. It's hard because on certain jobs there's no flexibility in schedules.
No, yeah, and a lot of times you get stuck in that the rat race as they call it, yeah, and and it can wear you down. Especially like you said, that if you don't have a good balance or figuring out what it is that your little piece where you can get that me time, yeah, it'll wear you down.
Now, a tip or a suggestion you can work out, but all the time, like I say, sometimes schedules is not flexible. You need to try to work with your employer to create a schedule that works for them. It's not easy though, because like I say, sometimes work hours, it's like 9 to 5, regardless of what happens. There's no shifts or anything.
Yep.
So depending on your job, if you can work something out with your employer that will work for the employee and you, okay, it can be easy, but it's not easy. Okay, can you work from home? Some jobs you may be able to work from home, and some you can't work from home.
I wish.
Nah.
Sometimes
you have to be hands-on.
That's my job. Yeah, that's my job, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at that. I don't know how I would do with remote work. Like I said, because some people, let's say, if you get the slack a little bit, sort of say, not for lack of a better word, and you get to look at your phone a little bit more and all that stuff. Like I said, no disrespect to anybody who may work remotely. However you pay your bills, take care of it. But I said, I don't know how I would do. That's just me personally with remote work.
Depending on the type of job you have, some jobs you just can't work from home. If you're in construction work, you can't work from home. Construction.
Like I said, we make all that equipment for the electricians, and that's done in the building, in the warehouse. Yeah. I want to add to what you're saying on the working balance, and I want to emphasize quality over quantity. Like making sure, be diligent if you're gonna take that time to create that balance for yourself. Just focus when you're doing this. Like be what's the word that I'm looking for? Be engaged. That's what I'm. Be engaged. Like that's because again, like it's hard out here as it is, and you want to beat yourself up with work. Like it's always fun. If it's 5 minutes, and this goes into my next point as far as family and partner support. Like just emphasize, hey, I need this time. Like, and that way it creates an environment where everybody's trying to help each other get a little time for themselves. One hand washes the other. It's very important. Be intentional about what it is that you need. So stay with your partner. Like, hey, I need this little time to myself. Let's say if it's 5-10 minutes to just where you don't do that to disengage, but be intentional about engaging or disengaging. Take the phone and just all of it, just turn it all off and just be quiet. Like it's very important to have those moments. That's what I do every morning before I get up. I try not my best because we all get into the habit of just getting up and grabbing the phone and looking or whatever it is it may be. I just try to just sit there, put my feet on the ground and just sit there like for 10 minutes before I get going. Say thanks. I made it to another day.
Absolutely right, man. Yeah. Also, another tip, if you can on your work thing, flexible hours. Sometimes, like see, most jobs you don't have those flexible hours.
No,
it's almost impossible.
Yes,
it's impossible.
Yes,
but see, if you can, try to work that in so you can spend that time with the child. If you are a single parent, you need to put that time in.
Man, that's the most important part to me, at least. with my children is just being there, like you said, that time, like because all the other stuff, the material stuff, as you grow older, that stuff changes. Instead of it'll be toys or monster trucks today, and then tomorrow it'll be cell phones and tennis shoes or whatever. That stuff I don't care about it. It's just the time spent. That's half the battle right there, being there.
Right, that time in. And if you have children that are school age, some of you have older children. A single dad may have older children, or in school, but you need to try to time your vacation time or your vacation hour to kind of coincide with the children's school vacations. If you want to go out on a vacation or a family outing or something, try to coincide your vacation time, with them being out of school so you can take them with you.
Yeah.
Making time to be with them. That's what he's called. They need that quality
time. That's what I said. Be intentional about it.
It's
critical. Intentional.
That is critical to be with them.
The most, and that's what I'm saying again, that's the most important part of it to me, is just being there. All that other stuff, like I said, it changes day to day, their interests, and especially when I have toddlers, so that is what it is. As they get older, I understand. Like I said, it'll be something different. I just want to be there. I want to be there for it all.
Yeah, being there with them. Like I said, that is critical if you don't have time to raise them.
Yeah.
If you don't have time to raise them, I can't overemphasize it, someone else will.
Yep.
And it may not be the individual or person that you want to raise your child.
Or it be some social media influence or something.
Right, and lead them off into the wrong path.
I say, these times, and we say this, every generation I feel like says this, but times are scary out here.
Yes.
You want to be, like I said, you don't want to be on top of them that you create some friction in your relationship, but you just want to show them that you care and that you are aware and there. Like, not to try to be funny and make a rhyme about it, but those things are very important. As I'm saying, as far as times go today, being involved, that time.
And I'm gonna close out with saying this again: single fathers can be parents. Single fathers can be parents and raise the children. Again, the mother is that primary caregiver normally. But fathers can raise their children. You just have to put that time in.
Yep.
Always listen. Try to work in balances. And the next time we come on, we're going to try to go back over these two topics. And then we're going to discuss doing activities together and taking care of yourself. So I'm going to shut down with that. And Monty, if you have anything else you want to throw in here.
Yeah, like I said, I got a little bit. I ain't have a whole, like I said.
I didn't either.
I rattled off a little bit, like I said, just to keep it flowing. I ain't have a whole lot. Like I said, we covered it, pretty much everything that I had. Like so we did working balance and
listening.
Always listening.
Yeah.
So I want before listening. Before I didn't go into detail about it, I'm looking at it right here. Listening versus hearing. That's
you hear, but you're not listening.
But you're not listening. And, instead of just responding, like I said, and I said that before, listening to understand and not to respond. That goes into listening versus hearing. You want to hear where someone's coming from to try to get an understanding about how they feel or how you made them feel. And again, once you get to that point, that's how I feel like things can get settled a lot easier, especially adults. But as far as that concerns with kids, it is very, like, if you want to cultivate good listeners, you have to also hear them as well, instead of just trying to say, I'm the adult, you just need to listen to me, do as I say, not like that. And I'm not saying that's a lot of times that's not a bad approach, again, but if you want to cultivate good listeners, you have to also hear them as well.
Right.
Listening versus hearing.
Let them develop their voice.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree.
I said I didn't want. I knew it was something that I had. I didn't want to skip over that. I just thought I wanted to. It's very important as well. And not to say that nothing we go over is not important, or one thing is more important than the other one. I just didn't want to skip over that one.
Right. You have to incorporate all these things,
Yeah.
and suggestions and topics and ideas. Taking in other people's points of view
and put your little exactly and put your see what work, put your little spin on it, because again, this is just two different spectrums about how parenting or fatherhood goes. You know, it's no right or wrong path. You make you're on the job learning pretty much.
One size don't fit all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. It's not cookie cutter at all. Not at all. That's it for you. That's all you got for today.
All I had for today.
That was good. That was good.
Okay. We look forward to joining in with you all next time. We'll go back over this briefly, and then we'll move on with some other suggestions and tips.
Yeah, that's it. We got I got a good year. This going planned. I got a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed that roundtable episode we did. The next one will be that I don't think I told you this one yet. Will be the mothers. I'm gonna try to get some moms involved. I ain't gonna put too much out there yet, but that's the any moms watching this. I know we cover. I see the views and I look at the analytics of it all. It's just not males who watch this, regardless of what the name may be, and that's a good thing, you know, because we give out a lot of different advice that people, not just fathers, adults could use in parenting. But the next one we're gonna do, it'll be mothers, and I'll sit them down, 4 or 5 different moms, and just let them talk about that aspect of it, motherhood as opposed to fatherhood. This is, like I said, a couple different ideas. If you got some moms out there, y'all shoot a message or comment in this video, or you know what I'm saying, shoot somebody's hit somebody's phone up. Let us know if you want to be involved in that. I'd appreciate any feedback on that.
Send in some topics.
Always. Y'all know the channel. Y'all if you kept watching this, subscribe. Like I said, so you can get the notifications when we go up, and you can drop the feedback. Go to the Facebook page. You can always message me or my pops if you got some topics. Let us know. It's open here, and then we're trying to, like I said, if we can help just one person, one dad, one mom, whoever, we did our job. You know, and that's not necessarily what we set out to do. It's just giving out that information. Whatever we can do to help. We want you to be a part of your village as well as you are of ours, and we appreciate that. And that's what I'll try to end it with right there, Pop.
All right.
Again, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell the people you love them. Peace.
Take care.